Hello everyone, and welcome. Today's the day we're going to put the tarp on the roof. First thing we got to do is get rid of as much of this snow as we can. The branch that Ann was using with all the little spikes was working out pretty good, but it was a bit short. I went for a walk and got lucky and found this. It was already laying on the ground, so I cleaned up the bottom of it, hoping that it would work well for cleaning more of the roof. And as you can see, it seems to be doing quite a good job. We're never going to get all the snow off that way, but at least we got most of it off. Now I want to get set up, put the roof tarp on, I'll put the stove in and get it going. Hopefully the heat will melt all the snow, the rest of the snow off. So here's that tarp with the stove jack sewn on. So now we got to try and unfold it, get it up there, and pray that my measurements were right. My math was close, but not perfect. I'm going to have to pull the tarp down just a little bit from the peak. But my intention all along was to put another tarp over the top half anyway, to be able to give me an awning out front later. So that just means I'll have to pull it down, tie it, and I'll have to put the other tarp on top right away. I won't be able to wait. So while I was at home, I went through a whole bunch of short pieces of paracord that I had, and I prepped them all, stuck them in this baggie to bring out. Of course, I've got some green, I've got some orange, I've got some black. They don't match, but the squirrels out here don't care what color I use. Wrap it once. Create my X pattern. Wrap it a second time. Bring it through that X. I hope you can see that. Pull it tight. And there's the clove hitch. Add just a simple knot as a stopper. the loop through. Put the running string through the loop. Add a toggle. Done. Tie in a quick loop. Come further down this way. And it's a modified version of the trucker's hitch. Add another toggle. And this way, later on, if I need to change it, I can. For now, it's just a temporary tie down. So I've got a loop on the end of my rope. I'm just feeding it through one of the eyes. And modified trucker's hitch, just to keep the taut. Tap it twice, feed it through, insert toggle. Because if I tie it too tight now, I won't be able to put up my logs for the wall. So I'm tying it like this, and as I need to tie the wall pieces, I can untie it. But for now, it's nice and taut. We can put in the wood stove and start trying to melt this roof. So here's where I sewed the stove jack in. Nice removable cover. I'm going to put that away. I've already notched the hole for the pipe. I'm going to go and shove that through. There. So the vent's wide open. The damper at the back is wide open. Let's try and pump some heat to that roof. For today, I need as much heat in here as I can get to melt off all that snow. So I stopped at the hardware store and I picked up a couple of blocks of hardwood, because there's not a whole lot of hardwood in these woods back here. It's mostly pine. Now those little bricks will burn anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. I've used them a couple times before, and they throw out a ton of heat. So with any luck, that'll be enough to melt off all of this snow. So this is an old tarp I had at home. I'm going to tie it along the post here, and it's going to go all the way to the back, and I'm going to slice it to follow the peak of the roof. The other side should fit for that wall, and that way both my walls will be covered from the inside, so I can leave the tarps up as I'm tying the back walls, the side walls. So we now have one wall tied on. I was able to use the eyes where I could. I had to cut the tarp on an angle to match the roof. So I just made small wooden toggles, tied them into the tarp, and I used that to tie it to the top. Now with the stove going, I've got the roof and the one wall up, and it's already starting to drip in here a little bit. I'm hoping that the piece I cut off that side will fit that side. And then with that wall closed, it should warm it up even more. So I take the end of the tarp, I take my small toggle, I bunch it inside, and I started a Canadian jam already. I just wrap it around, pull it through, and then I cinch down the jam. And that gives me an area to tie off. So now this side is pretty much on. I just have to tie this one spot. It's going to leave a little bit of a hole, but it's only temporary until I can get the logs up. I might grab the tarp that's on the wood and just for now drape it in the front, just to get some real good heat going in here. It's warming up, it's starting to drip, the snow is melting, but I need it all gone before we can actually sleep in here. So I thought the tarp I had was going to be big enough to cover the whole front. It's not. So I went ahead and put one over the top like I originally wanted to, and I hung the other one underneath it so that it comes up a fair ways up. And now that I've got the front closed off, it's warming up really nice in there now. Now that I've got the front closed off, you can see exactly where all the heat's going. It's snowing just a little bit, but wherever all the heat is, it's melting right away. Last step for today, I went and cut a short piece of stick, and I'm going to tie the tarp to it, and it'll act as a bit of a door. Anne has tied the other end of the tarp all the way down. So this will be the only side that opens. And now we have a door. That's pretty well going to be it for today. Soon I'm going to pull the stove out of there and fold it up and put that away. And then we're going to take off and head on out of here. So if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more of it, hit the subscribe button. And if you're going to do that, you may as well hit the notification bell. It'll let you know if we put out a new video. Thanks for watching. We've enjoyed having you along, and we'll see you on the next one.